Hey, let's just get straight to it, because this isn't one of those feel-good motivational speeches. This is that real kind of wake-up call, the one that stings a little, the one you'll remember later when life gets quiet and you're left with your choices. Because here's the truth, most people are asleep. They're not dead, they're just not awake. They're existing, not living, reacting, not choosing, scrolling, not building, repeating, not evolving. And they'll regret it. Not today, not tomorrow, but one day, when it's too late to go back and fix it. So if you're still here, if something about this pulled you in, good, because you're not most people. 1. The most dangerous lie you've ever believed. There's time. You ever think that? I've got time. I'll do it next year. I'll figure it out when I'm older. I'm just getting started, no rush. It feels safe, right? Comforting, logical, patient. But it's also the most toxic mindset holding you back. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Time isn't waiting for you. It's not pausing while you scroll. It's not holding space while you overthink. It's not slowing down because you're still figuring it out. Time is moving, quietly, relentlessly. And the days you waste now, you don't get them back. Ever. 2. You don't realize you're in a cycle until you've lost years to it. Here's the scary part. Most people don't choose a mediocre life, they just fall into it. Not because they're lazy, but because they got comfortable doing things that felt just productive enough to feel busy, but never deep enough to change anything. They repeat. Same habits, same excuses, same distractions, same next week promises. And then suddenly they're 30 or 40 or 60. And they realize they never actually moved. Don't let that be you. Wake up now, not when you've run out of chances. 3. Everyone wants a better life. Almost no one wants to build it. Let's be honest, everyone says they want more. More money, more freedom, more peace, more health, more happiness. But wanting doesn't mean willing. Wanting is easy. Willing means sacrifice. It means risk. Consistency, sweat, isolation, growth. Most people aren't willing. They want the results without the trade-offs. They want the glow without the grind. But the people who change their lives, they get to a point where they say, this comfort is costing me too much. I'm done staying the same. And they move. Even scared, even unsure, even without applause. 4th, discipline is the difference between a fantasy and a legacy. Here's the separator. Most people live in fantasy. They imagine a better future, but they do nothing today to earn it. Discipline is what turns that dream into something real. You think it's motivation? Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a muscle. Motivation says, I'll do it if I feel like it. Discipline says, I'll do it because it matters. You don't need more inspiration. You need a backbone, a reason, a plan. You need to become the kind of person who follows through, even on the days where nothing feels exciting. 5. If you don't choose your future, your default will choose it for you. Most people don't realize this is happening. Every day you're not intentional. You're slipping into a default life. One built by algorithms, social pressure, other people's opinions, your fears, your past. If you don't choose your habits, distractions will choose them for you. If you don't design your time, other people's priorities will eat it. If you don't define success, you'll chase someone else's version until you burn out. Living without direction doesn't feel painful at first, but over time, it rots everything. Don't wait until you hate your life to start building one on purpose. 6. You're waiting for a sign, but action is the signal. Let me guess, you're waiting. For clarity, for confidence, for timing, for the right moment. But here's the truth, clarity comes after action. Confidence is built, not found. Momentum comes from movement, not motivation. If you're waiting to feel ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. You don't need a sign, you need to start. Even small, even messy, even without full certainty. Because starting creates data. It gives your brain proof that you're becoming something new. That's the signal you've been looking for. 7. You're not tired. You're unaligned. You know why you feel drained, even when you're not doing that much. Because your life doesn't match your spirit. You're spending energy on tasks you don't care about, people who don't get you, goals that aren't yours, habits that keep you small. That's exhausting. You're not lazy. You're burned out from being someone you're not. Start aligning your life with what excites you, with what challenges you, with what lights you up. Energy returns when purpose enters the room. 8. Success feels slow until it feels sudden. This one's sneaky. Most people quit because they think it's not working. They say, "I've been doing this for months. Where's the payoff?" What they don't realize is this: success doesn't show up like a steady drip. It builds in silence and then explodes. One day, you're unseen, unknown, undervalued. Then something pops, a connection clicks, an opportunity appears. You level up. It always looks sudden from the outside, but you know better. It was all the reps no one saw. So don't stop in the middle of your build-up. Your tipping point might be closer than you think. 9. You've got more control than you've been taught to believe. It's easy to think you're stuck, that your job, your city, your past, your personality, your background, they've locked you into a certain type of life. But here's the truth. You're more free than you realize. You can learn new skills, move cities, change your circle, start over, forgive yourself, reinvent your whole story. You're not a tree. You're not cement. You're not your childhood. You're not your worst day. You're allowed to decide again. And the moment you realize that, everything shifts. Or 10. You're not falling behind. You're just distracted by noise. Comparison is killing you. You think you're late. You think everyone else is ahead. You think you missed your window. But what you don't see is that most of those people are faking it, or building lives they secretly hate, or moving fast in the wrong direction. Success isn't a race. It's about alignment, not appearance, depth, not speed. You're not behind. You're just overwhelmed by a world constantly showing you edited highlight reels. So block the noise. Measure your growth by your own values. 11. You're one season of focus away from a completely different life. Read that again. Just one season of locked-in, tunnel vision focus can launch your business, transform your body, build your confidence, deepen your discipline, rewire your identity 1 year, even 6 months. Not of perfection, but of alignment and intensity. Most people never experience what it's like to go all in, because they're too distracted, too scared, too addicted to comfort. But if you do it, even once, it will change you forever. You'll realize how powerful you really are. 12. No one is coming to do this for you, and finally, the most important truth of all, no one is going to build your life for you. Not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, not the algorithm, not luck, not some future version of you who magically has it all together. It's just you, and that's not a bad thing, because it means your future is in your hands, not anyone else's. You don't have to wait, you don't have to ask, you don't need permission, just start. Building move. Because if you don't, well, that's when the regret shows up. 13. You already know what you need to do. You're just avoiding it. Let's not sugarcoat this. Most of the time, you're not actually lost. You're not waiting for answers. You're just avoiding the answer you don't want to face. You know what the next step is. The hard conversation, the habit you need to break, the risk you've been delaying, the decision you keep putting off. It's not a knowledge problem, it's a courage problem. And that's okay. We've all been there. But the sooner you get honest with yourself, the sooner you can get free. So stop lying to yourself to stay comfortable. Truth hurts once. Avoidance hurts forever. 14. You're not here by accident. This is your wake-up call. Think about it. Out of everything you could be doing right now, you're here, reading this. Why? Because a part of you knows something has to change. Because deep down, you're done playing small. Because something in this message feels personal. That's not random. That's your inner voice saying, let's go. No more waiting, no more hiding. We don't always get big, dramatic moments to shift our lives. Sometimes it's a quiet realization, a piece of content, a sentence that hits different. This is one of those moments, if you decide it is. 15. One day you'll be grateful you didn't quit here. Let's fast forward. Imagine the future version of you, the one who stayed in the game, kept showing up, and built the life most people only talk about. That version of you? They're proud, calm, built, not because everything went right, but because you didn't stop here. This moment, the one you're in right now, is the exact point where most people give up. They let the doubt win. They talk themselves out of trying. They settle. But you keep going. You keep growing. You become the proof that it's possible. And one day, when it's all aligned, when you're standing in the life you used to dream about, you'll look back at today and say, that was the moment I almost quit, but didn't. And that made all the difference. Final words, this is the part you'll remember later. Most people won't hear this message. They'll click off, scroll past, convince themselves they're fine, tell themselves next week. But you made it to the end. That says something. It says you care. It says you're awake. It says you're ready, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. So do something with this energy. One action, one new habit, one shift in direction, because 90% of people will regret not watching this. But you'll be the proof of what happens when someone actually listens and moves. Let's go.